Good evening, everyone. My name's Adam Geoghegan, and I've been the founder and CEO of Immersia for the last 2 years. Before diving into my pitch, I'd like to talk about the first time I tried virtual reality. Before I do that, can I get a show of hands of who actually has tried VR here? Most of you. Okay, that's cool. For most people, the first time they try VR is extremely exciting, and for me the way it worked is two of my best friends, Liam Polly and Chris Parker, who'd recently quit their jobs from engineering to build a virtual reality multiplayer game, brought an Oculus Rift DK1 headset to my family house. My mum and I got to try the Rift coaster ride, and for me it was an amazing experience, not only being able to be immersed in a different time and place, but to be able to feel an emotional response, in this case excitement, extremely quickly with the technology that was about to be available to the world. I also enjoyed my mum's response. She was screaming in excitement and likening it to rides on roller coasters in Blackpool when she was a teenager. And so, we decided to form the company in 2014. At the time, I was a Deloitte management consultant, practicing strategy and operations consulting, and I saw potential in VR, not in game development, but in improving enterprises using virtual reality. It's been an amazing 2 years since then, and some of the highlights include building our first prototype safety training application, which my mum and I are trying at Belgian Beer Cafe on the left, and being flown to speak at the world's largest digital entertainment conference, Digital Hollywood, last year, where I got to speak alongside some of the world's heavyweights in VR and AR about the potential of this technology for the future. I met a company there called Scope AR, which is quite similar to us. For years, they were building AR apps for enterprise, specifically the military, until getting accepted into the Y Combinator incubator program. They identified a product that the market wanted, raised $5 million capital, and are now a large, growing global company. My old employer released this report about 6 months ago, calling this the year of VR, $1 billion in sales generated with $700 million in hardware and $300 million in games. While our company doesn't build games for consumers, we are more similar to this chart, which Goldman Sachs produced and predicted $35 billion of revenue in VR and AR for the next 10 years. I've highlighted some of the areas in the pie chart that we're playing in, and listed some of the clients who we've provided VR consulting and prototype building services for over the past 2 years. While we still haven't identified which market our final product will appeal to, it's been extremely exciting to work with early adopters of this technology and transition their business to include VR. We have three core service lines. Immersia VR is an expert consulting practice, providing thought leaderships, workshops, executive coaching, and sometimes prototype building for customers that are ready to embrace VR. We launched Immersia 360 about 6 months ago, when Facebook and YouTube made it easy to produce and distribute 360 video content, and we've been doing storyboarding, filming, editing, and release for consumers in the events, training, induction, and other industries since then. Finally, our product team is currently in the ideation phase. We're receiving feedback from our consulting services as we get closer and closer to identifying the product that we want to release over the next couple of years. I've broken our team into 4 areas. Our commercial team has the accounting, legal, and business acumen required to execute our business strategy. Our developers, an artist and a programmer, are able to build VR applications for things like HTC Vive and Oculus Rift from the ground up. Our 360 videographer can do the storyboarding, scoping, editing, filming, and release of 360 content. And what's more important about the Focus program is that we've been given access to 6 incredible mentors from Perth's tech scene that joined our original 2 advisors, David Traub, a Hollywood movie producer and pivotal figure in the VR scene, and Kurt Duplessis, who set up Deloitte's data analytics practice here, provided us with our first client, and has been helping us with our corporate strategy for the last 1.5 years. What have we been doing during the Focus program? In addition to hiring 2 new people, we released our first enterprise app, which was made available to our architecture clients so they could visually view the VR experience we created. We've done a heap of cool events and other induction videos on our Facebook page and so on, and we've worked with clients in the education, architecture, mining, induction and training, and professional services fields to provide our VR consulting services. We have a bold 2020 vision. We want to become a world-leading provider of virtual reality and virtual and augmented reality products and services for enterprise. And to do this, we need to find and identify and release 3 enterprise products to be built in-house and released at global scale. We also wish to expand outside Australia into Asia, the United States, and Europe. I've identified 3 key milestones that we need to reach in the next 9 months to get closer to this 2020 vision. Firstly, we need to identify the 3 product ideas that we will prototype and gain validation from in the next 12 months. We also wish to attract 1 major consulting client to provide consistent revenue over the next 2 years as we provide VR and AR consulting services. Finally, we want to find an investor that shares our vision for a world improved by VR and AR for enterprise and has experience creating and releasing business-to-business products to the market so they can mentor us in our transition from a services to a product company. If all goes to plan, our revenue lines might look something like this. I predict a stable but growing increase in our revenue from our 360 video and VR consulting service lines as the global demand for these services increases. Our product line is the most exciting. If we do successfully identify and release a product, we could become a multi-million-dollar startup. It's been a pleasure presenting some of our story today, and as I said at the start of the presentation, if you haven't tried VR yet, you really should by contacting me and we can arrange a demo on Level 9 in the next 2 weeks. Finally, I'll be representing this pitch in the first quarter of next year, hopefully with some results from the next 6 months that bring us closer to that 2020 vision.